Hello and welcome to Neha's Cookhouse. Wish you all a very happy Diwali. Today I am going to show you 4 Diwali sweets recipes which you can easily make at home. So let's start it. Milk Barfi is one of the most popular sweets in India, be it any festival or a happy occasion. Since Diwali season is around the corner, it's best to make this mouth-watering sweet at home, as homemade sweets are always healthier than market-bought. So let's go through the ingredients to start making it. 2 cups dry milk powder, half cup milk, 3/4 cup sugar, half cup ghee, 1 teaspoon rose water, 7 to 8 finely chopped pistachio, 7 to 8 finely chopped almonds. First of all, take a plate or a tray in which we will set up barfi. Now apply some ghee or butter all over it to make it non-sticky. Now keep it aside, we will use it later on. Now put the wok on low heat. Add ghee or clarified butter, milk, and immediately add milk powder because if milk becomes hard, then milk powder can form lumps. Now mix all ingredients till they blend well and becomes like a smooth paste. Just make sure to keep the heat low. It took me around 2 minutes to get the paste like this. When it becomes a smooth paste, add sugar and rose water for flavor, but it's optional if you don't have it. Now again mix them well. You will notice after adding sugar, paste has become little thin. So now increase the heat to low-medium and cook it again for approximately 6 to 7 minutes till it becomes thick. It's important to keep stirring to get the perfect texture. After 6-7 minutes, paste has become thick and this is the consistency we want. Now as soon as you get this consistency, switch off the heat, otherwise mixture paste will get extra hard and barfi will not be soft. To check if we have the right paste consistency, take a plate with little ghee applied on it. Now take some paste mixture and try to roll on it. If it rolls well and becomes like a ball, it means mixture is ready to make barfi. Now take the tray we set up with ghee in the beginning and transfer milk powder paste in tray and press it gently to spread uniformly with the help of a ghee applied spatula. We are using ghee applied spatula to avoid paste sticking to it while spreading. Now our paste is spread out uniformly, so add some chopped pistachios and almonds on top for garnishing and to give a beautiful look. Then press them gently so nuts set well on barfi. Now cover the tray using a cling wrap and let it cool down so that mixture layer sets well and becomes firm. If you are in a hurry, you can also put it in refrigerator to cool down quickly. Now it has cooled down, so take it out and heat the tray on low heat for just 4 to 5 seconds so that barfi layer becomes loose from bottom. This will make it easy to cut out the barfi pieces after cutting. Now take a sharp knife and apply some ghee on it and cut layer into shapes of your choice. I am cutting in square shapes. You can see barfi has come out really well. So let's serve them. Barfis are looking so yummy. I can't wait to taste them. I must say they are better than any market sweets. They are soft, slightly creamy, and the nuts just multiplies the taste. This is a must-try recipe for this Diwali. So try it, enjoy, and don't forget to share your experiences in comments below the video. Meethi Sevai is a famous Indian dessert. made during festivals by boiling vermicelli in milk along with almonds, raisins and pistachios. It is also called Nawabi dessert as it is associated with Addi culture. It is a specialty dish made by every home during Eid and Ramadan. So let's take a look at the ingredients. Half cup water, half cup milk, 2 cups sevai, half cup grated khoya, 1 cup sugar, quarter cup chopped pistachio, quarter cup raisins, quarter cup chopped almond, 2 tablespoon clarified butter, 2 tablespoon rose water, 1 teaspoon cardamom powder. Soak raisins in warm water for 10 to 15 minutes. We will use them later on. Now let's start with making sugar syrup. Pour water and sugar in a pan on high heat. Wait till it gets a boil. After boil, turn off the heat and let it cool down. Now put wok on medium heat. Add clarified butter and sevai to it and roast till they are golden brown. Once roasted, transfer sevai from wok. Also remove any extra clarified butter left in the wok. Now add milk, sugar syrup, cardamom powder and give it a good mix on high heat. Wait till it gets a boil. When milk mixture starts boiling, add sevai and continuously stir at high heat. After 5 minutes, add raisins, pistachio, almonds, rose water and khoya. Mix them well and keep stirring till milk mixture dries out. Just be careful, if you want soft sevai, don't over dry it. Now sevai is ready. This tastes so amazing. Khoya and nuts give such a nice flavor to sevai. Serve it to your family as a healthy and delicious breakfast. It also goes so well as a light dessert after any meal. I suggest trying it and you will just fall in love with this dessert. Chocolate banana bites are delicious treat after any meal and can easily satisfy any ice cream cravings. They are so easy to make that you can eat them at once or store them in freezer to satisfy your sweet tooth at any time. So let's go through the ingredients to start making them. 2 bananas, 2 cups dark chocolate chips, half cup coconut shreds, quarter cup chocolate sprinkles, half cup rainbow sprinkles, half cup crushed biscuits, 1 teaspoon vegetable oil. So let's see how to make crushed biscuits. For this I am using these butter biscuits, but you can use any other biscuits. We also need a Ziploc bag or any plastic bag to crush the biscuits. Now put all biscuits in Ziploc bag, then with the help of a rolling pin, crush them like this. But don't crush them heavily because we don't want to make biscuits powder. Now they are done. This is the texture we want. Now cut banana pieces in approximately half-inch size like this. Similarly cut second banana. Now take a baking sheet, cover it with aluminium foil or you can also use a butter paper. Now apply some oil on the sheet. Then place banana pieces like this. Now let's go to the next step to melt chocolate. For this I am using double boiler method. For this we need a pan and a bowl. Just make sure to use a bowl which fits perfectly on top of pan like this. I am using glass bowl but you can also use a steel bowl for quick chocolate melting. Now take some water and fill the pan till around 1 inch from bottom. Now turn on the gas and let water start bubbling. Put the heat to low and place chocolate-filled bowl on top of pan. Just be careful of steam. Now let the chocolate chips melt and stir them after 1 minute to check if they have started melting. Keep stirring them continuously to melt them uniformly. Now it has melted well, so switch off the heat. It took me around 8 to 10 minutes to melt them completely. Now take bowl out of pan and add some oil to chocolate to make it little thin. Mix it properly so that oil mixes well with melted chocolate. Now place all ingredients at one place and use fork to dip banana pieces in chocolate like this. Just make sure to cover it well with chocolate on both sides. Now lift banana piece and place it in the topping of your choice. Cover it well with topping by flipping carefully with a fork. Now take it out, shake it a little and place in the baking sheet. Similarly cover all banana slices in toppings of your choice. Now our banana pieces are coated, so put them in freezer for at least 5 to 6 hours. After 6 hours, take them out and our mouth-watering banana bites are ready to taste. Chocolate banana bites are looking so yummy. Different toppings make them beautiful looking and give different taste at the same time. Kids love them, so serve it to your family instantly or at any time. Try making them at home and enjoy. If you like them, please leave your comments below. Besan laddu is a popular Indian sweet dish made from roasted chickpea flour, sugar and ghee. Almond chunks further add heavenly taste to laddus. They are usually served during festivals, family events and religious occasions in India. So let's go through the ingredients to make them. 2 cups coarse chickpeas flour, 3/4 cup fine granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon cardamom powder, 1/4 cup finely chopped almonds, 1/2 cup clarified butter. So let's start making laddu. Here I am using coarse besan. It is available in market as laddu besan. If that is not available, you can also use normal besan and just add 1 tablespoon semolina or suji to 1 cup of besan. Adding semolina will make it little coarse like laddu besan. Now here I am using fine granulated sugar, but if you don't have it, there are 2 ways. First is by just grinding granulated sugar in mixer grinder, and second you can use bura, which is easily available in India. Now let's sieve besan, as we want smooth besan flour which is clean of any impurities and lumps. Once it's done, let's start roasting besan. For this, take a wok at medium heat and add ghee. When ghee melts completely, add besan and mix it well with ghee. If you see any lumps, gently break them. Now roast besan for 5 minutes on medium heat while continuously stirring. Continuous stirring is very important, otherwise besan can burn easily and will spoil the laddu taste. After 5 minutes, put the heat to low-medium and roast it for another 10 to 12 minutes. The most important thing to remember for making best besan laddu is that besan should be perfectly roasted on low heat. If heat is too high, it will make the besan dark, but besan rawness won't go away. Also, it is very important to keep stirring continuously to avoid besan getting burned. As besan is roasted well, you can see its color has changed to golden brown and its texture has also changed slightly. And you can also smell nice nutty aroma of roasted besan. This is the consistency of besan after roasting. To make sure if besan is roasted well, you can also taste little bit of besan. If it feels raw, then roast it little more. When besan is roasted perfectly, immediately switch off the heat and transfer it to a plate. Meanwhile, add some cardamom powder and chopped almonds to give it nutty and chunky taste. If you don't want chunky taste, you can also grind almonds to make almond powder using a mixer. Now check if besan mixture is warm enough by holding it in hand. It should not be cold, otherwise sugar will not blend well with besan. But it also should not be too hot that you are not able to hold it in your hands. Now add sugar and mix it well with besan. At this moment, if you find besan mixture is too loose and not binding well, you can also add 1 to 2 tablespoons of melted ghee and mix it well so that laddus can bind well. When all ingredients are blended well with besan, take around 2 tablespoons of besan mixture on palm and press it with little force to make round shaped laddus like this. For ease, you can also use both hands to make laddus. Same way, bind all laddus. When all laddus are binded, garnish them with chopped pistachio to give a beautiful look. Now our laddus are ready to taste. Besan laddus are looking beautiful. They are soft and nuts give them nutty taste. They are perfect to satisfy your sweet tooth this festival season. So try this mouth-watering laddu recipe coming Diwali and spread sweetness and happiness.